Yet after that lovely beginning, another phase unfolds, and this phase deserves just as much honor. Many among you have come to this next stretch and wondered why the path feels different than it did at the beginning, though the answer is quite beautiful. The path feels different because the awakening is no longer introducing itself. It is beginning to take up residence. At first, the higher awareness arrives like a greeting, like a sunrise, like a window opening in a room that had grown used to stale air. Later, that same awareness asks to become the atmosphere in which one walks, chooses, speaks, works, gives, receives, rests, creates, and relates. This is a much richer stage. This is where insight becomes embodiment. This is where the luminous inner realization begins learning the shape of ordinary human expression. Such a passage does not move through grand revelation alone. It ripens through integration, through repetition, through kindness toward the self, and through the gradual merging of the greater inner knowing with the practical details of daily human life. Many tender souls have found this passage fascinating and demanding in equal measure, not because anything has gone awry, but because the soul is learning how to carry expanded awareness while still moving through routines, structures, relationships, obligations, and practical exchanges that were shaped under an older pattern of living. There is nothing wrong in that. Such a season is not a sign of distance from the sacred. It is a sign of proximity. A larger current has already entered the life, and now the visible arrangement is gently being taught how to house it. This can feel at times like learning a new language while continuing to speak the old one in familiar places. The inner knowing grows swifter, deeper, quieter, and far more refined, while the outer structures often take a little longer to catch up. That difference in pace can feel unusual at first, though it is part of the maturing process for many awakened beings. Because of this, a very special kind of apprenticeship begins. One learns how to hold a wider awareness while answering emails, preparing meals, paying bills, tending family, organizing work, moving through cities, speaking with loved ones, and navigating all the visible matters that belong to life on earth. This apprenticeship is sacred. It is not lesser than the first awakening stage. In many ways, it is even more precious because the soul is no longer simply tasting uplift. The soul is learning how to wear it naturally. The beauty of this stage lies in the fact that the greater knowing does not remain tucked away for private spiritual spaces only. It begins entering practical life. It begins shaping conversations. It begins refining choices. It begins softening old reactions. It begins lending grace to common hours. This is how a finer reality takes form through a human vessel. A helpful understanding can soothe this stage for many. Early awakening often changes perception quickly, while embodiment tends to revise habits, structures, and rhythms more gradually. In other words, the inner opening may run ahead of the visible arrangement for a while, and that does not mean anything has been lost. It simply means the soul is building new pathways through the personality, the body, the relationships, the work, the schedule, the living space, and the practical world all at once. Such building can be very subtle. A person may notice a stronger wish for simplicity, more clarity in relationships, gentler pacing, cleaner exchange, quieter surroundings, truer work, better rest, or more meaningful speech. None of this is small. These are the signs of awakening entering form. These are the signs of the larger inner reality beginning to establish its dwelling place within human life.